Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are finally putting together Apocalypse from the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave of X-Men figures. Here we have each of the figures that comes with their respective pieces. You got Magneto with an arm, Storm with a torso, Sabretooth with an arm, Psylocke with a leg, Wolverine with the, I don't want to call them tentacles, they're the tubes that go from his back to his arm, Gladiator with his head, and Multiple Man with his other leg. Let's go ahead and get Apocalypse put together, and then we'll get a better look at him. And here is Apocalypse all put together, and yeah, for someone like myself who does not have the original Toy Biz Apocalypse, this is a very welcome addition to the X-Men collection, and really well executed as well. The articulation is decent for a big figure like this, kind of to be expected with, in some cases, like the single jointed elbows, but overall, very cool to have. I like the effects that they did, or rather the plastic that they use and the paint that they use. It gives a very metallic look to it. I do have some joints that are a little loose on this one, but I think I'll be able to get those tightened up using the floor polish method. But overall, very cool figure. Obviously, he does not come with any separate accessories, so let's go ahead and jump right into a better look, and then we're going to take a look at his scale and articulation. So starting first, very up close and personal here with Apocalypse, and we can see very cool face sculpt here with just an angry, snarling face. And I love, again, that metallic blue paint going around his mouth. Just looks very well done. I don't know, his teeth looks like there's maybe some opportunities there in how it was painted, but again, from a distance, not too big a deal. But going around, yeah, very well done face sculpt, and very cool actually. Looking at the rest of the figure here as we go down, so a couple of interesting things. This neck piece, first of all, can come off. It is held on with just two pegs right there in the top, and you can see the peg holes there. So that can come off if you did want to have without that neck piece, but obviously that's a very iconic collar for him. His shoulder pads are well done as well, and those are done up with a hinge in the corner, similar to some of the earlier Iron Man armor where it's up in the corner there. Looking at the rest of the body, though, you can see that metallic theme kind of continues throughout, which is very cool. And yeah, I like that. He has some pretty gnarly looking veins there on his arms. But yeah, that metallic look is awesome. And then going down, so you have his belt here, which is loose. You could probably get it off if you really wanted to try, but certainly wouldn't want to. And then, of course, he has the big A on there. Yep, very nice. These gauntlets can actually come off as well. So if you did want to do that, they can come off and actually stay off if you wanted to. But, you know, again, part of his look is, you know, to have that, have those on. And then looking real quick, his tubes. Yeah, they're a flexible material, but they won't hold any kind of shape. And as you saw when I put it together, they just port right into each spot there. And then checking out his legs, we can see that metallic look continues. Going down, he's got these big boots, and he does have these little ankle cuffs that are loose. I did find that this one kind of limited some of the leg articulation when I was trying to do some stuff, so I just kind of pushed it up for a second while I was messing with the hinges, and then you can always put it right back down. But overall, very, very cool looking figure for sure. And again, I really like that metallic look. And checking out the scale of Apocalypse, we can see he comes in at almost 8 inches tall, just a little bit under 8 inches tall. So definitely on the bigger side of the figures. As far as articulation goes, he does have a head that can go side to side. The collar is going to be a bit silly looking when he does look down, and it does flex up, and see that I popped it right up. So he does have some good head articulation, but that collar is going to get in the way. His arms do come up quite far. He's going to not really push the boundaries of what these shoulder pads allow, and you got plenty of room on that as far as the tentacles go. So no problem getting his arms up. It does have rotation, but that is going to be hindered by the shoulder pads, and it is going to start to stretch those out a little bit, but no big deal there. He does have a bicep swivel, a single jointed elbow, which doesn't quite get a full 90. He does have a hinge and rotation on the wrist. However, the cuff can get a little bit in the way of how you might want to move that fist. He can look down very, very far as that ab crunch goes, and can actually go back quite a ways as well. He does have waist rotation, but you can see that belt starts to twist. So you're going to want to either pull that up higher, yeah, let's see, or pull it down. Boy, nope, that belt is just going to twist. So that's going to kind of put a little damper on things. He can actually get a pretty wide stance, but you'll notice I got a loose joint, so I'm going to have to tighten that up, I think. He does have a upper thigh cut. He does have double jointed knees, and then he does have that ankle rotation and the hinge that I mentioned, along with ankle pivot. Just got to watch out for those cuffs. And to get a little bit of an idea of his scale, here he is from some figures in the wave. You have the larger Sabretooth figure and the shorter Wolverine, and of course the Bucky Cap mold, which is your Cyclops and Multiple Man, and most of your other standard size X-Men are going to be right in between. So he definitely does come into scale as far as being a larger figure by comparison. And here he is standing next to some other Build-A-Figures from the X-Men line. We have Onslaught, which technically was a Captain America line, but here we have it displayed with the Magneto head that came with Kitty Pryde. And of course we have Juggernaut. So we can see he definitely goes into scale with the larger villains of the X-Men universe. He actually comes out to be, though, a little bit shorter and less bulky than both of these, I think. And that does it for this review, everyone. And yeah, definitely a very cool Build-A-Figure to add to the collection, especially with the X-Men. I love the idea that we're just getting more and more X-Men figures. I think it's great to have the mutant collection going. So definitely worth getting this figure. Very excited. I mentioned a couple of things that I didn't like about the figure, primarily just the loose joints that I have. And the tough time I had moving this foot right there because of that ankle piece. But again, minor gripes. I think I can get the legs to stiffen up with the floor polish. As you can see, they're not completely loose because this is live. This isn't a photo, so you can see that he is still holding this pose quite nicely. So no worries there. But as I mentioned, that is it for the review, everyone. So make sure to hit that like button down below if you liked the review. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any. I always love hearing from you. And make sure to subscribe for more content just like this coming your way. But aside from that, thanks for watching the video and have a great day.